back from winter break for just about 2 weeks, and some school districts are already forced to close due to sickness.
And a Kentucky teen couple's alleged crime spree continues to head south. Hear a mother's plea to her daughter.
Plus, how one man stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from a family friend, coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. Doctors say it was a good idea. The Whitley County School District canceled classes today because so many students are sick.
Hillary Thornton talked to a doctor about the decision. It's our top story at 5:30.
Health and school officials had hoped that the winter break would help slow down the spreading of all the sickness, including the flu. However, just 2 weeks back into the classroom, some school officials are already forced to close. While they hoped the break would bring some relief, doctors are not surprised many in the schools are getting sick.
Children returning have brought things back with them, and now it's going to spread around the school system.
Doctors say, unfortunately, schools are the perfect place for germs to spread, especially what they call an already rampant flu virus.
Schools are a wonderful environment for that to spread. Close contact, dead air.
Which is why they agree with Whitley County Schools' decision to give students an extra long weekend.
That's a good idea. Let it rest, let it die out for a while.
Doctors continue to stress the importance of washing your hands and staying home if you are showing any symptoms.
Fever, increased illness, that's more dramatic than just a regular cold. Cough, runny nose, body aches.
Now, Whitley County Schools will also be closed on Monday, which was already scheduled for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. In Whitley County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
McCreary County schools were also closed today due to sickness.
A beautiful Friday around the bluegrass, a break from that cold, wintry weather just in time for our weekend.
And tomorrow looks even better. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at the forecast. Chris?
Yeah, it continues to look absolutely perfect out there for not only what is left of our Friday, but as you mentioned, Jennifer, especially our Saturday. We'll tack on, roughly 10 degrees on top of what you had this afternoon on your car thermometer. Hey, speaking of cars, take a look at our Frankfort cam, seeing a lot of folks who are rushing about the capital city, trying to get home to start out that weekend. Notice on the roads you can still see a little salt left over from the icy conditions, at least the patchy icy conditions of the past several days. Had a little ice yesterday on Interstate 75, not too far away from London. Right now, little distant sunshine that is ready to call it quits with the hazy day that is coming to an end in northern Kentucky, keeping those temperatures down a few degrees because of some clouds. Notice how Moorhead is only at 39. Everybody else with those temperatures that are into the 40s as of now. Live First Alert Defender, nothing is going on. We see the clouds into northeastern Kentucky. That's getting ready to get out of here, and that leaves us with a great start to the weekend for your Saturday forecast. Though when I come back, we'll take you through the entire weekend and show you why a great start doesn't necessarily mean a great overall weekend. Some changes show up on that Sunday forecast, and I'll break it down coming up.
They're being called a teenage Bonnie and Clyde, and as the pair's alleged crime spree continues, they're gaining national attention.
The two teenagers from Grayson County have been missing for a couple of weeks now, and they're still on the run. Now, hundreds of miles away from home. Garrett Weimer's at our live desk tonight with the latest. Garrett?
Well, Sam, as the young couple moves from state to state, the story is picking up steam across the country. Grayson County Sheriff Norman Chaffins tells us he's talked to 50 to 100 news outlets just since yesterday. Investigators have been looking for 13-year-old Cheyenne Phillips and 18-year-old Dalton Hayes since January 3rd. That's when Cheyenne's father first reported her missing. Since then, they've been on the run, last spotted in Henry County, Georgia. Cheyenne's mother says she just wants her daughter to come home safely.
I'm just afraid that he's going to wind up getting her hurt. Sorry. It's just hard. It's really hard. The simple fact knowing that my daughter's out here in this world.
Sheriff Chaffins now says he believes the two are headed to Florida. At the live desk, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Sheriff Chaffins believes that Hayes ran because he faced burglary and theft charges. Hayes' mother told the Associated Press her son needs to turn himself in and face the consequences.
A woman is recovering after two Good Samaritans rescued her from a burning truck. The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says 35-year-old Emily Siemens was driving on Interstate 64 around 6 this morning when her truck hit some ice, rolled off the road, and caught on fire. Siemens told deputies she kept blowing her horn until someone finally stopped to help her. Two people broke a window in her truck with a rock and pulled her out. Siemens was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A Mercer County man is in jail accused of hitting a truck, driving off, and nearly hitting a police cruiser. Harrodsburg police say 32-year-old Timothy Stratton left the Apple Market after he hit a white truck. Officers then found Stratton's vehicle speeding along Greenville Street and almost hit the officer's vehicle. Police chased Stratton until he pulled into a driveway and hit a pile of wood. Police tell us Stratton was intoxicated when they arrested him.
A teenager accused of killing his neighbor answered to the charges today. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Bullitt County. Police say that 18-year-old Austin Allen entered a home yesterday and shot 37-year-old Tina Zamora. According to police, Allen used a handgun he had stolen from a nearby home. Allen is charged with first-degree burglary and murder. He pled not guilty. His bond was set at $1 million cash. In Laurel County, state police arrested a man for sharing pictures of child pornography. Troopers say that 50-year-old Paul Geiger's arrest was part of an undercover Internet crimes against children investigation. Investigators believe Geiger was sharing the images online. He has been charged with possession and distribution of child pornography. And in Fleming County, two of the school district's financial accounts have been turned over to state police. According to the Ledger Independent, the superintendent says the accounts had some discrepancies that warranted more review. The school district has not said what accounts are being investigated. Financial problems have plagued that school district since discrepancies in accounting were discovered during an audit back in 2013.
A boxing legend from Kentucky has been released from the hospital again. Muhammad Ali left a Louisville hospital today. He was readmitted yesterday for follow-up care related to a urinary tract infection. It was the former heavyweight champion's second trip to the hospital in the past 4 weeks. A family spokesman says Ali was hospitalized late last month for that infection. Ali's release from the hospital comes one day before his 73rd birthday. Tomorrow, the Ali Center in Louisville will mark his birthday with special events. This year, the center partnered with Stage One and the Kentucky Center to host a dinner and the world premiere of And in This Corner, Cassius Clay. The play tells the story of a young Muhammad Ali growing up in Louisville.
As a way to show young people, to teach young people, help them discover what Muhammad Ali was like as a child, what he faced in the world, during civil rights, how he made his mark.
The play will be used as a tool to educate children.
We have a story now of greed without an ounce of compassion. The takeaway from the scheme we're about to tell you about is a simple but important one.
He seemed to pounce on the opportunity when she was away in the hospital.
He is Ralph Casino. Prosecutors say he stole more than $279,000 in stock certificates from an elderly woman.
The victim was away receiving cancer treatments and in the hospital at the time.
Stealing the certificates was just the start of this scheme.
He created a fraudulent power of attorney which contained her social security number, her forged signature, and her personal information.
How did he get all this private information from the victim?
She was a friend of his mother, and he knew that she was stricken with cancer. And it's just a coincidence that he made himself available to look after her place while she was away in the hospital. And he had the time to actually go through her belongings to find this information.
Casino liquidated the stocks and quickly spent the money on himself.
Eye surgery, travel, payment for a new vehicle, and also he used it towards a down payment for a new home.
Postal inspectors got involved after the transferring agency involved with the stocks suspected something wasn't right. Inspectors quickly zeroed in on Casino. They say it's imperative to keep valuables hidden.
Even though you're not at home, valuables like that, perhaps you should lock them in a safe box.
Sadly, the victim in this case passed away before she knew Casino pled guilty to mail fraud charges and is serving more than 2 years in prison. A candidate for governor tells us why he believes he'll win the Democratic nomination.
And the Rupp Arena project manager takes a huge pay cut. Bill Bryant explains why in the bottom line.
Good evening. The Kentucky governor's race continues to take shape as candidates file or make plans to file ahead of the January 27th deadline. This week, Republican Will T. Scott, a former Kentucky Supreme Court justice, jumped in to create what looks to be at least a three-way Republican primary. Agriculture Commissioner James Comer is expected to file next week, but has been actively traveling and working for the nomination for weeks after announcing his bid. And Louisville businessman and former Metro Councilman Hal Heiner has set aside nearly $4 million of his own money to work for the Republican nomination. So far, Democrat Jack Conway faces only Jeff Young, who ran a limited campaign for Congress. Conway says he can overcome the history of candidates from Louisville not faring very well.
Now, you asked, do I have to work harder? Yeah, in some parts of the states I have to. You know, I'm starting today on a 3-day tour of Eastern Kentucky, and I'm talking about the fact that I support the Second Amendment, that I've really been a crusader against the prescription pill issue. I've been in front of 45,000 kids telling them not to get started on pills. We've shut down half the state's pain clinics. I'm the only Democratic Attorney General in the country to take on the Obama administration over these new coal regs. I've actually sued them.
The full interview with Conway runs on Kentucky Newsmakers Sunday morning at 6 on WKYT. It repeats Sunday at 10 a.m. on the CW Lexington. Set your DVR or catch it then. With the Rupp Arena renovation on hold for now, the project manager has agreed to go part-time and take a major pay cut. The Herald Leader reported today that Frank Butler's pay will go from $200,000 a year plus benefits down to $95,000. The plan stalled out last year when Mayor Jim Gray and the University of Kentucky couldn't agree on how to go forward. House Speaker Greg Stumbo took part in an online chat hosted by CNHI newspapers. The Richmond Register reports he handled a range of topics, including raising some questions about how EKU's leasing of a privately developed apartment complex ended up making it exempt from local taxes. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
It took 13 agencies to search for and investigate a deadly plane crash earlier this month in Lyon County.
And now those same agencies are discussing what they did right and what they did wrong. State police say while coordinating the search seemed to go smoothly, there were some things that could be fixed. Among them, better communication. Troopers say having the first responders on the same page could enhance searching techniques, including making sure radios are working on the same frequency.
Make sure that those are all labeled the same in each agency's radio so that they can be quickly referenced in time of emergency.
A 7-year-old girl survived the crash while 4 of her family members were killed in the accident.